Greetings, hello, servus, welcome back to part 2 of a real beginner's guide to sim racing. Very happy that you came back for the second part. We are diving more into sim racing. In our case, it's Assetto Corsa Competizione. And today I want to show you what the next step is. So just recap a little bit. In the very first part of the beginner series, I showed you what to set up when you first start up Assetto Corsa Competizione, the options, pick a car, pick a track, make sure that the force feedback settings are set correctly for you, graphic settings are correct, the HUD options, game controls, everything you need to do before you head out on track. We then picked a car, we picked a track. In our case, it was the Monza, the Italian circuit. And I just gave you a few tips and recommendations to start up. And I hope you have been following along, because this will make it easier for you to now get into this second step. If you're somebody who already started to work on his ratings, to like unlock track medals, if you already tried out different cars, different tracks, and feel a bit more comfortable, but you are still looking forward to practicing, learn more, unlock track medals and stuff like that, and increase your ratings, this video might also be interesting for you. So I hope you stick around. So in this second part, after you pick the car, maybe you tried out a few other cars, but most important thing right now is you have a car that you want to stick with and that you want to drive. So we need to get into unlocking track medals. This is basically important for two things. First thing, to unlock all the other ratings like your safety rating, which we will get deeper into in my next video part. And the second thing is practice and learn new tracks. So it's a combination of these two things. Most important, what we want to focus on is learn the tracks, learn the braking points, learn the track layout. What's important, which turns are on the track, do I need to stick to the left, do I need to stick to the right, are there any bumps, is there anything else? But most basically actually to learn a track, because this is very crucial for a race driver and a sim racer like you want to be. And the way we do this is in combination of unlocking track medals. So the game for each track has 3 track medals. And it's actually really cool how Kunos Simulazione is approaching this topic for sim racing, because the way they do it is you need to unlock the track medals, that you can unlock your safety ratings and all the other ratings to then participate in multiplayer races and get better and participate in league races, competitions, and so on. So today in this second part, we are starting to unlock track medals on tracks and practice tracks and get to know tracks. And for this, you just need to pick your car, need to pick the track you want to start with. In our case, it's going to be the Brands Hatch track. It's a very short circuit. For me, very technical circuit, and it was a really fun experience. And I'm just going to show you now how I approached it, my first few meters in the car on the track. So I'll take you along and explain the rest once we're sitting in the car. And here we are in our most favorite car that you picked. Before you head out on track, as explained in the first part of the video, make sure to just head into the setup, choose the safe preset setup for your car, or if you already like to have a little bit of a challenge and get a feeling for the car, you can also pick the aggressive preset setup. But just pick which one you like and start to head out on track. Now, most importantly, of course, as I said before, is take it slow. Doesn't really matter how slow you go in the first few corners, in the first few laps. The most important thing is here that we combine the two things. We learn a new track and we unlock the track competence with the 3 track medals. In the top right corner you see the track competence rating. If this does not show up for you like here, you can just escape, go into the options and check to just show the track competence rating. And what this rating does is now it guides you along the way to unlock the 3 track medals. But most importantly, what we want to do here is learn a new track. And the way you approach it is you go as quick, as fast as you feel comfortable, and so that you can still stop for approaching corners, approaching turns. So as you can see, I'm taking it a bit too fast. I'm leaving the track competence rating turns red and I basically have to start all over. I hit the curbs, I accelerate too quickly, I leave the track again. So this is what we actually want to prevent. So it's a really good thing that I'm actually showing in my first lap how you should not do it. So if you go on a completely fresh track, take it slow. Choose a smooth pace and try to learn the track. Try to remember which corners are coming up, which sections might be tricky for you. For example, in this track actually is after the start-finish line, the right corner which goes over the hill and back down into the next corner. So this is the most important thing here, to focus. And once you've done the first few laps, you can start to go a bit faster. And then we can start to focus on our track competence to unlock the track medals. The way that track competence works is it shows you 3 different indicators on how you are doing on your lap. The first one is find a comfortable pace. The second one is stay in control of your car. And the third one is the gray bar, which is filling up in green color, depending on the progress of your clean lap. Now, a clean lap here is not a full lap from the start line to, again, the start-finish line. It's actually from the point on where you started to perform your clean and comfortable pace until you reach it again within this lap. So depending on if you did a mistake, went off track and have to restart again, it just counts from this point on. So don't get confused when you go over the start-finish line and the track is not, the lap is not completed. If you go off track, the find a comfortable pace and stay in control of a car will turn yellow or even red, completely cancelling the clean lap, so you have to start again. If you are too slow, the find a comfortable pace indicator will turn blue and your clean track will restart again. So depending on how quick or how slow you go, you might have to restart over and over. But as you have seen here, I was just slow for maybe a second and the clean lap was not resetting. So this is absolutely okay. If you just really notice, oh, I'm a bit too slow, just push the throttle and the clean lap progress will not be reset. We are doing really good. So now we have completed 2 clean laps. We have unlocked 2 track medals. Our track competence is increasing. And now basically it's as simple as that. We have to continue with our comfortable pace, stay in control and drive in total 4 clean laps, which here now means 2 more additional clean laps. So if we don't make any mistake, we don't have to start over again. If you do a mistake in this part, you basically have to start all over again with doing 4 clean laps. But you will keep the first 2 track medals because you already did 2 clean laps. So at this point you should feel a bit comfortable on the track. You should remember which corners are coming up and approximately where to brake. If not, try to go a bit slower because the comfortable pace indicator will show you anyway when you're starting to go a bit too slow, and then you can just push the throttle and accelerate up again. But most important thing now is do not push for lap times. Do not get overconfident. Just stick to the pace that you basically just set for yourself and keep on driving, because stuff like that might happen if you won't. So I was just getting overconfident, getting off track, and then completely lost my rhythm. So as you can see, the progress of going 4 clean laps completely reset, and I have to start over again. You can see here that the indicator for the clean laps actually started to track my progress before I drove across the start-finish line, and I failed again. I completely forgot the braking point. I forgot basically about the first tricky turn here, and now I'm basically taking a deep breath, thinking to myself, dude, you don't need to push for track times. This is absolutely not important right now. Right now, I need to focus on, as the track competence says, a comfortable pace and to stay in control of my car. So the progress reset again, this time after even the first corner. And now I really basically found my focus and said like, look, it doesn't matter if I push full throttle, going down 6th gear the fastest I can. I just need to remember which turns are coming up. And this is the most important thing when, or one of the other more important things when you are learning a new track, is you should get into a state where you are not reacting anymore of what's coming up, but you know what's coming up. Oh, there's the next left turn. It's a little bit tighter, so I need to stick close to the apex. Then comes the next short straight, and I know, okay, after the short straight comes a tight right corner, and I'm heading on to the finish line. And I remember now that after the finish line is that stupid downhill right turn that I really need to be and I really need to focus to stick to the inside and smoothly take it on the throttle going downhill into the next tight right corner. And this is what is at this moment is going on in my head. I'm not like thinking about pushing the car or whatever, or maybe finding the perfect line or anything. I'm just saying to myself what's coming up next. And here, like, okay, left, uphill, braking a little bit into the corner, rather stick to the inside, not go much to the outside of the track, keep accelerating. We have long straight. I know now comes the next right turn, and then comes the I called it for myself a little bit trickier right turns, which I think the first one now feels like a little bit you're cutting the track, and the same is with the second one, where you just basically brake shortly and cut the corner. But I was really trying my best to keep it slow and comfortable and not just go full throttle trying to push for the best lap time. And this is actually how I approach every time I do track medals. For now I have unlocked like 7 or 8 tracks, and I'm in the progress to unlock the next tracks and keep practicing. And the cool thing actually here is that this is a way to learn new tracks, to get better and to get a feeling for the car on track before we head into the next part, which is getting a bit more serious with your car, getting into the aggressive setup, practicing more, finding out about tire pressure, finding and experimenting with braking points, learning what's the best apex in each corner and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this second part. Just let me know in the comments if you want to see more track medal videos of me unlocking new tracks I haven't done before. And remember, keep on practicing, unlock your own track medals so that you are ready for part 3 of the Real Beginner's Guide series. I see you soon, take care, have fun and enjoy!